by 21 to 14.
That's the only option this England side have got, really, when they're hitting that field. They were poor against France first game up, pulled it together for Japan. And the Japanese have just done them a huge favour. They now need to finish well day one, make sure they build ready for day two, but what a formidable foe they come up against here in the form of South Africa.
Well, South Africa have beaten many a team on this series by more than 19 points, but England have the ball straight off the kickoff. It's Charlie Hayter spinning and reaching out, and England had the best possible start here against the series leaders. Hayter's over.
That's the start Simon Amor would have wanted. Straight off the restart, South Africa unusually sloppy. Phil Burgess just putting it into the hands of Hayter, and that is a lovely change of pace from Hayter. The hit and spin is perfect. Covering tackle coming over from Chris Strite. Hayter pirouetting, absolutely perfect. What a start for England.
Conversion just slips wide from Dan Bibby. England up and running. Lost their opening game to France this morning, responded well against Japan. And here they are, with an opportunity to book themselves in the last 8 here in Singapore.
Rib interesting off that last restart. They started wide and then came really, really narrow. Done exactly the same again, trying to cause a bit of confusion for South Africa, but they're too good this time.
Soyuzwapi brings it down for the blitz box. Here's Vernicott, World Rugby Player of the Year, to a former World Rugby Player of the Year. Cecil Africa into English territory for the first time. Dylan Sage sends it across to Chris Dry, thinks about the short ball to Soyuzwapi, but instead goes to Branko de Pria. McConaughey takes care of him expertly on the far side of the field, line out England.
Excellent defence from McConaughey here. Watch this. It's his textbook now. Uses the touchline, makes the tackle, and then lifts Dupree at the end just to put him into touch. Perfect, brilliant execution. Great understanding of how to defend with the touchline as your friend.
Finished 7th in Hong Kong last week, England. For their high standards this season, not good enough, said head coach Simon Amor during the week. Looking for a big performance here. Round 8 of the HSBC World Rugby 7 Series. Dan Bibby, pass goes to ground. Big defence from South Africa. It's come off a blitzball hand. It'll be an England scrum.
A huge hit from that man in shot. South Africa there. Timed it to perfection, just unlucky his forearm clearly hits the ball, but Bibby too long, boom, take that Africa, lets him know he's there all day. What a hit that is. This game means so much to both sides. Brilliant to see the competitive levels of both teams.
Well, they're the best defensive team in the competition, South Africa. And when Cecil Africa is one of the players making hits in midfield like that, you know you're in a good place. That's not his brief. Here's Ollie Lindsay-Haig. Another wayward pass from England. Dan Bibby's got to go back. He's done well to get away. Back to Lindsay-Haig. Loves the hitch kick. There's Ollie Lindsay-Haig, the Harlequin. Good tackle from the South African captain, Philip Snyman. James Rodwell. Hayter, the try scorer. McConaughey. McConaughey runs into Vernicott and Dylan Sage. Penalty England.
Great work at the breakdown again there from Charlie Hayter, just coming in, supporting McConaughey. England sloppy off that scrum, and then Ollie Lindsay-Haig just launching the attack, and from that, the passing is so precise, perfect pinpoint in front of the runner. They don't need to check, keeps their momentum. England playing very well to start with, South Africa weathering the storm.
5-0 England lead, 3 minutes to go. Remember the equation. England can afford to lose by 19 points or less and still qualify for the cup quarters. McConaughey on the far side, slightly high tackle there from Dylan Sage. Referee says play on. Lindsay-Haig, another big tackle coming in from Sage, but they'll go back for the original high shot. I think the word came in from the referee's assistant.
This South African defence is ferocious. Look at the hit there from Sage. Ollie Lindsay-Haig doesn't know where he is still. Is he in Hong Kong? Is he in Singapore? Not sure. They're going to come at you all day. Brilliant to watch them when they're so hungry like this.
Dan Bibby, huge amount of responsibility on his shoulders this weekend, playing his 33rd tournament. Tom Mitchell, his playmate in midfield, is out with a foot injury picked up late on day 3 in Hong Kong, so he'll take no part this weekend. And Ollie Lindsay-Haig and Dan Bibby will find the creative spark for England. Here they are in tandem. He misses out Hayter. Ollie Lindsay-Haig with the show and puts it to floor. It's Norton. Dan Norton tries to flick it back in field with his right arm, but it's gone into touch. That would have been nice.
Well, Rupert, this is exquisite off the line. Absolutely brilliant. Probably a tiny bit too much on it from Ollie Lindsay-Haig, but such smart play from Dan Norton there. Absolutely brilliant. Recognising he's going to go into touch, keeps it in field and then makes the tackle to make the turnover. Big moment here.
It's come off for South African, so England get the throw 5 metres out. Great attacking opportunity. There's only one bloke who's getting this, that's James Rodwell. Bibby. Bibby, short ball to Hayter. Turnover, South Africa. That's what they can do to you at the breakdown. Get isolated, and it's curtains.
That's phenomenal from Dylan Sage, but South Africa set England up there. They didn't compete at the line out, so they're back forward, could be in the line, defensive line, ready to make the tackle. England don't spot it, send Hayter up on his own. South Africa make the turnover. Really clinical, great game awareness from the South Africans.
An 88% win ratio this season. They played 42 matches, they've won 37. Only 4 losses all series, 1 draw. And look at the turnovers. Dominating that part of the game all series long. 23 points clear at the top of the standings. 3 rounds left to play. They are going to take some catching.
First bit of possession South Africa have had here, really, Rupert. So dangerous when they get the ball and just hold it for a while.
Well, that's one of the more wayward line-out throws you'll see, and Rory McConaughey says, I'll have some of that. Here come England. Rodwell. Bibby. Hayter, he's got Norton outside. Dan Norton, little bit of space, trademark in and away. Soyuz-Wapi's up to it. Look at the counter-ruck coming from Chris Dry. That's brilliant once again from South Africa on the floor.
Absolutely outstanding. All the momentum was with England. Should have really gone over there from the turnover and the line out. But that is this grit and steel of the South African team. The men in green just relentless, constantly challenging and picking their battles perfectly.
Well, I've been loving this School of 7 series that World Rugby have been producing all series long. I'd love to see one on the clear out at the breakdown because these guys are experts at it. And here's Soyuz-Wapi. McConaughey tackle. Going quite high. Advantage coming for South Africa. Here's Dupree. That's the 22-metre line. Time's up on the clock. We're in the final play. South Africa trail 5 points to 0. Deep in their own territory. Obviously they want to pick up points before the break.
Yeah, they do. I mean, you can kick it straight into touch here from the penalty and still retain. It won't be the end of the half, but South Africa deciding they're going to play from their own 22. Big call, but they've got the men in the middle, Dupree and Africa, to pull the strings.
And here is Dupree on the switch play with Sage. Dylan Sage runs through Lindsay-Haig. Bibby tracks back, good tackle down Bibby. Cecil Africa now to Werner Kok. Werner Kok will run around for South Africa. That's 5 each. What a response from the series leaders.
Absolutely outstanding. They go 85, 90 yards, have the confidence from their own half. Look at that sit down from Dylan Sage. Ollie Lindsay-Haig still in the daze, hasn't got time to realise that Werner Kok has gone under the poles and put South Africa into the lead because Dupree is not going to miss this in front of the post.
Cecil Africa finding the space as he so often does. And for all the defensive work that Werner Kok is famous for. He's got some engine as well. As you say, Dupree adds the extras, so England had all the ball in that opening 7 minutes, but it's South Africa that lead it 7 points to 5.
A final that's going on, but Simon Amos says line-out time, let's switch to a Rambo. England are going to need John Rambo right now to come back and get themselves into this game. South Africa are hungry. What have England got?
Well, we've had the Hoff at the Hong Kong Sevens. Maybe we can have a bit of Sylvester Stallone next year. Here's Phil Burgess. Ollie Lindsay-Haig breaks from the base to McConaughey. He's got Bowen outside him. Tom Bowen. Fast leg movement from Bowen. He's into the 22. Africa coming across. He won't catch him. Tommy Bowen's in the corner, and England hit the lead.
What a try. I mean, look at the energy. Look at the excitement. England turn, get it from the restart. They whack it wide, and this man's pace, Tom Bowen. Look at him going. Absolute perfection. Africa hasn't got enough to get him. What a start for England.
Well, what a substitution from Simon Amor to get fresh legs out there on the wing. And look at the former Plymouth Albion man go. Africa ain't slow, let me tell you. And he's outpaced him into the corner. Conversion just sneaking under the post, not going over from Dan Bibby. So it remains a 3-point ball game.
So Rupert, right now, the crucial part is this restart. England get themselves back into the game, slightly in front. Options now, they've got Rodwell wide right, McConaughey on the left. They've been coming tight, kicking it down the middle. They're going to try and do the same. Whatever they do, they need the ball back.
Dan Bibby shows the signal to McConaughey, but it's been brought down by South Africa. Soyazwapi hoisted way aloft there by Dylan Sage.
Fantastic athleticism there from Soyazwapi. He was pretty much in the Singapore clouds at that point when he took that one out the sky.
Werner Kok. Cecil Africa. Philip Snyman. Tom Bowen's up to the defensive challenge. James Rodwell goes for the turnover, and he wins it for England.
Absolutely fantastic tackle from Tom Bowen. Called a chop tackle, go round the legs, take them straight out. Immediately fell Snyman. That allows Rodwell the time to get straight in over the ball and win the penalty. Crucial. We see this here now. Bowen, boom, round the legs, takes him low. Rodwell straight in over the ball. Perfectly executed.
Well, there's life in the old dog yet. James Rodwell winning the turnover for England. James Rodwell playing in his 77th Sevens event this weekend. Quite remarkable, really. Way ahead on the all-time appearances record for England is James Rodwell. He played in 69 in a row, can you believe it? He broke the record here last year. Extraordinary. Did his knee in that event, got fit for the Olympics, won a silver medal. What a career. Poor pass from England though. Bibby improvises and does absolutely brilliantly to give it to Norton. Bump and run. This is the trademark from the world record try scorer in history, and Norton's under the posts. What a try from England. It was created by Dan Bibby, and it was finished by that man Dan Norton.
Well, it's a bit of good fortune, but this is exquisite from Dan Bibby. First the kick, then the pass, and as soon as you put the ball in this man's hand, he is a threat. He's electric with the ball, and as soon as it goes to his boot, there's only one winner in that foot race, and that is Dan Norton. What a time to score for this England side.
Dan Bibby adds the extras. It was the laconic look over the left shoulder from Norton just before he regathered the ball. Such composure in the heat of the moment.
It's just fabulous footballing skill, first from Bibby, then from Norton. Singapore erupts. This is a huge moment, massive statement from England, poor against France, and looking like they're going to take the scalp of the South Africans, the world leaders at the moment.
Ball's gone forward off an England player from the restart. It'll be a South African scrum. Well, it's fair to say, Ollie, South Africa have dominated this series.
It's a fantastic challenge every time this team go up against each other. One thing I'd say in this game is South Africa have had no balls, almost zero possession. England have had everything. It's gone their way. Critical right now. We look at the stats. England 32 passes to South Africa's 16. So much possession. Can South Africa do anything with it now?
10 points the difference. Still plenty of time. Over 2 minutes left in this Pool B match. England well on the way to the quarter-finals here. Soyuzwapi. Hayter with the chop tackle on that occasion, and here comes Dan Norton. Penalty South Africa. Ranel goes quickly to Werner Kok. Cecil Africa. Big Tim Mugabe's out there for the blitz box. Fine tackle from a much smaller man, Tom Bowen, on him. Tom Bowen really has made a valuable impact for England in this second half. Africa. Snyman. Philip Snyman. Desperate to find every inch he can on this Singapore National Stadium turf. Ollie Lindsay-Haig. Ball's out, said the referee. Play on, penalty England.
This is an uncharacteristic trait of South Africa. They're normally so precise and clinical at the breakdown, but England are disrupting them right now. The levels of intensity and energy that England are showing right now is just unseen in contrast to that first game against France. They are relentless in the pursuit of the ball. Fantastic to see.
Well, perhaps, just perhaps, that extra game South Africa had to play last week in Hong Kong, that epic final where they chased the Fijians all around the Hong Kong stadium for 14 minutes. Perhaps it's taking its toll. Philip Snyman, the captain's getting a breather. On comes Zane Davids. 2. Will Edwards, the youngster from Loughborough, is coming on for Dan Bibby. Rory McConaughey also coming on for Tom Bowen. Now there's a look at the table. So England, with a win, will top the pool. And given they dropped their opening game to France this morning, that's something they'll be very pleased about indeed.
Ruben, this man in shot, really shrewd bit of substitution work here, in my opinion, from Simon Amor. Will Edwards, the number 6, young guy, really talented for England, coming on in a high-pressure environment. Let him taste it. Give him an experience, minute and a half, experience that pressure, get him used to it. Really clever coaching. He's got so much to offer on this HSBC World 7 Series.
He's picked up a few air miles in recent weeks. He made his debut in Vancouver, flew back. He's been playing for Loughborough Uni, and he's been brought back out here for the Singapore event. And here he is, throwing to the line out. But South Africa have turned it over. 40 seconds left. They're 2 scores down. They need to score, and score very quickly. Here's Werner Kok. He'll keep going all day. Don't worry about that. Stedman Guns is out there in the 9th shirt. Here's Chris Dry. Agaba. Tim Agaba's clear. Agaba will score. He puts it down for South Africa. Big call here. Do they quickly take the conversion or go back for the restart?
Well, they've got to go quick. They've cancelled it, said they don't want the kick. Let's go straight to the restart. I mentioned to you the learning experience here for the number 6, Will Edwards. It's his throw that loses the line out, and it's his tackle on Agaba here that misses. Crucial learning points for a youngster coming in now. Big pressure. Can England respond and hold out?
An unconverted try is a draw, enough for South Africa to top the pool. That's why they turned down the conversion, have gone quickly, but it's too deep. It's gone to Rodwell. And the youngster, Will Edwards, kicks it over the sideline, is embraced by the veteran Rodwell. And what a way for England to close out day one here in Singapore. They have beaten South Africa by 17 points to 12. And they will meet Kenya tomorrow. Great performance from England. Well, a fantastic performance from England late on day one. And there's Tom Bowen. What a magnificent impact he made in that second half. Scored a crucial try. Trailing by 2 at the break. They've won it.